Hey everybody, thanks for watching. I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona today with Trey from MySwing. How's it going, Trey?
Good, how are you doing?
Good to see you. Trey's a friend of mine and also a long drive competitor. Just recently, kind of in the last year, you're like, man, I'm long. How long can I be if I really try to put into it?
Exactly, yeah.
That's awesome. So he has a really cool Instagram as well. You guys should check out. What's your Instagram?
Trey Fanky.
There you go. It'll be in the description. But we're talking about MySwing today. Make Trey's bosses happy that we didn't talk about him the entire time. Which is this. So MySwing, if somebody was to say, hey, what is MySwing, Trey, in like a one sentence thing, what is it?
I would just say it's wireless 3D motion capture, so full body wireless 3D motion capture.
Used for golf, baseball.
Yeah, fitness.
Fitness.
A lot of different uses that we can do with it, and a really unlimited possibility.
So this is it. I mean, it is really a brutally honest look at your golf swing, because a lot of times, you see a video of yourself, well, first of all, it looked good. Second of all, the camera shot was good and all this other stuff, and you can get some, that's what I really like about this, that I was showing my friend Hugh the other day. In a 2D video,
yep,
everything kind of squashes to a vanishing point far, far away. So when you're seeing things, they might not actually be happening, but here you can really tell what's going on. So that's why I came to get a little bit insight. Trey has put probably over 100 people, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or yeah, probably well over that on MySwing, including PGA Tour players, horrible golfers, MLB players, right?
Yeah.
High-level baseball players, anyway. But really in the golf world, he's put a lot of the highest level golfers, guys you would know of, like household names, and also those regular golfers. And I was on this thing 11 months ago when I was here last. And he just showed me my avatar from 11 months ago. I was like, I hope I'm better than that now. So Trey, let's, if we calibrate now, will we be okay to talk for a while?
Yeah, we can calibrate, and you'll see the avatar in the background, and then
okay,
we can recalibrate once we figure out your target position.
Okay, great. So let's calibrate
now.
now.
All right, perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and take these settings
Because this
off.
is not how I'm standing right now.
Nope. This is a bad Saturday night.
Yeah, that's a convulsing bag of bones.
All right, there you go.
All right, one thing I have to mention, very important. Trey was on the Golf Channel about 9 months ago at the PGA show, and he had his shining moment, his moment to be like, you know what, I'm long, and everybody knows, all my friends know I'm long, and Damon Hack or somebody was interviewing you, and you're like, oh, here's Trey from MySwing, let's see how it works. And he's like, okay, well, go ahead and hit one, Trey. Trey reels back, and he lets it go, and it's a bad snapper. Wasn't it?
I knew as soon as I hit it, it's one of those hold offs that you're like, don't do it, and then it keeps
goes.
going. And
but it was one of those quick segments on TV.
Yeah.
You had one shot, and then it's like, all right, good. Well, that was a little off. Oh, you got it. Blah, blah, blah. They're just talking. But I could tell from if you could slow motion it, you could see the breaking of the heart.
Oh yeah, I think I'm the only person on the Golf Channel that's ever hit it in the water. I didn't even know there was water up there.
Yeah, because there's grass,
there's definitely
palm
water.
trees, and dirt. And then there's more.
I made it all the way to the water. Yeah.
So we're going to give Trey a chance at redemption, see how long and straight you can go. You will get one shot.
One shot. All right, I like it.
Much like Trey's favorite musical artist, Eminem says, you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance.
All right,
right.
Exactly.
Right. Well, you had your one shot, but now you get your Be Better Golf one shot.
I get to try it again.
Great.
Perfect.
Okay, so, all right, so now interview time. All right, so Trey, you've seen a lot of PGA Tour players on this thing. You've obviously watched on TV too, and a lot of amateurs. What if there is one metric that you would like people to kind of, obviously, it's generally speaking, but if there's one metric that you think could, if somebody had a MySwing or their instructor had a MySwing, that is different from PGA Tour players to, like, let's say the core audience of our channel, from like a 2 to an 11, what would be?
I think it has a lot to do with the side tilt of the spine and what the hips are doing in the backswing. So I think they kind of play a cause and effect on each other, but we see a lot with our amateur golfers, kind of like we were talking about earlier. That's probably the biggest thing I see whenever I go give demos to people is we'll put one of their students on, And typically, you'll see that the pelvis goes this way in the backswing, which
So in the
causes,
backswing, it goes this way.
Yep, which causes your spine to typically go
Towards the target. And then in transition,
and then
what
in
happens?
transition, they like to push this way, and then they go back a lot, and they get a lot of this look. So they get stuck. Their path goes either way right or way left. That's where you get the big blocks or snap hooks.
And even up to like pretty good like four handicaps, you see that.
Exactly, yeah.
So Trey's saying, and tell me if I'm wrong, and we'll see
perfect.
in the avatar too. Trey's saying an amateur backswing would be a lot like this,
Yep, so
and save it to this.
Exactly. Their
So
hips will
we're
go,
going this way.
Yep, where the spine goes that way, and then they like to go back that way really hard.
And in the golf swing, we know everything is connected. You know, we were talking about the connection between the right arm and what your body's doing. So in the golf swing, when you start tipping this way, it's so easy to do under and behind you like this, and then you try to save it like this.
And that's where you'll get some of your early extension problems and other things that they're trying to shallow out the plane.
Okay. So enough about the bad players. What's different now? Is a PGA Tour player, for the most part, doing this kind of move that you were just talking about?
You'll just see
what
that
are they doing different?
Their spine stays a lot more neutral. They don't sway with their pelvis. They don't sway off the ball a ton.
It's
in the backswing.
this on top of this on top of this.
They're good about rotating, and then you'll see everybody starts to go back a little bit with their spine towards impact, but they don't go this way and then this way like you see with a lot of your amateur golfers.
Okay, so on the PGA Tour, because Trey and I were talking about this, the difference is they're staying a lot more centered with rotation.
Yep.
And then the tilt is almost a reaction to the downswing. It's not like a this then this. It's centered.
Exactly. That's more of the look that they have. Yeah.
Everybody's swing is their own DNA. It's a little different, but you're starting to see these similarities in a lot of good players.
Yeah.
Do you have a pro swing in here that we could see the tilts that you were talking about?
Let's look at Tom Purzer.
Tom Purzer, one of the best drivers of all time as far as straightness.
Let's put the side tilt on.
So now we're seeing.
Yep, you'll see that he's set up 2 degrees away from the target with his spine.
When was this captured?
2015. And so you'll see that he stays away. And then
so now, at this point, most amateurs, they'd be tilting.
They would be
that
like
way.
4 or 5 towards.
And we're not talking about hacks. We're talking about the good amateurs are doing that.
Yeah, even some of your better amateurs.
Hacks are doing it too, but even some of your better amateurs would be getting in that way.
Yep.
Okay, all right, so now we see his transition. It's staying right there at 5, and it's at this unloading phase. So that's why I was saying to you, and tell me if I'm wrong, it seems like the tilt back is not a conscious tilt back. This is starting to accelerate, and in reaction to that, the tilt is happening?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That is really illuminating. Look, the tip of the left shoulder to the ball, straight line and impact, like Bobby says. He's got 16. He doesn't have, and you're seeing actually, because I always thought that amateurs get ahead of it, but you're seeing actually that amateurs are like really like at how many degrees are they here?
Yeah, it really depends, but it depends on how much they go towards the target as well. So so if you see them go towards it, I've seen as much as 10 degrees towards where they're just really leaning on it this way. They can't get quite back as much, but if you go 10 towards and 10 away, you still move 20 degrees.
So they've moved 10 and 10 for a total of 20. Tom moved from 6 to 16 for a total of 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Just think about the consistency that is in there.
Yep.
Just because I always think when I see an amateur swing on this and when I see a pro swing on this, the amateur swings, I think of the terms like swimming. Like everything seems to be
very loose.
Around.
Yeah.
And in the pro swings, it's just stability. There's a lot of explosiveness and other things like that, but all right, the other angle that I wanted to talk about a little bit, we can use the Tom swing here.
Okay.
Can you do the right elbow bend?
Yep, let's look at the trail elbow.
So we can illuminate any part of these angles here.
Was there anywhere in particular that you would
let's
like
go
to...
up at the transition.
Okay, up at the top.
So the maximum it gets when the hands are highest is 79 degrees when he has this 5 degrees. So let's slowly start taking it in the downswing.
Okay.
All right, stop there. So now he's increased this a little bit.
Yep.
So Tom here has gone from, we was 79 here to 97 in this kind of transition phase of the golf swing. Most teachers that I've talked to said that at this point, you basically can't control anything anymore all the way down to the ball. It's all going to be happening.
Yeah,
way
we
too
typically
fast.
see, you'll see his left arm's about parallel right there,
Uh-huh.
and that's where we typically see everything blast off whenever we're looking at our better players. You'll see them
Left
start to
arm off,
blast off.
yeah.
Everything's starting to blast off around left arm parallel.
So this is really where it goes from
Yep, so then we'll see.
controlling the swing to now it's explosive.
Now you'll see
and
it.
the
Yeah, if
speed's
we scroll
kinda-
through, you'll see him start to blast off that angle right there. So you
Yeah,
can see
so
how much it
the
blasts.
right arm's getting much straighter. He's getting slightly more back, not much. And impact slowed the club down
Yep.
a little bit. 147 smash, and that's how you do it.